and leave it the way it is and try to have minimum impact on it as possible. And then eventually we'll pass on and leave our children something that they can be proud of when we leave.
Their recommendations, if followed, will help to ensure the future health of Andros and of its unique west side. The rapid assessment both confirmed the value of the west side of Andros's natural heritage and shed light on some of the mysteries of its extensive biodiversity. The people of the Bahamas, and especially those of Andros, are now armed with even greater knowledge about the truly wondrous wildlife of their island and the need to conserve, enjoy, and protect it for themselves and future generations of Bahamians. This land is our land. We are blessed with a place unlike any other on earth, and also blessed with a chance to maintain this land as it was, as it is, Andros.
Sometimes I often wonder if there is any earth. Oh my Andros, she makes, 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 Andros shall be made. Oh my Andros, she makes, she makes, she makes, she makes, Andros shall be made. Oh yeah, Lord, 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 right. And all the people celebrating, happy and so jolly, celebrating the big yard party.
It is important to take precautions to reduce your risk of getting infected with COVID-19, even when you go to the grocery store. Practice physical distancing that is 6 feet apart from others while you wait in line to enter the store. One person per household needs to go. Use wipes to disinfect the cart or basket handle that you select. Avoid touching your face, unnecessary items, and surfaces. Try to touch only what you are buying. So carry a grocery list to help you move along quickly. Do not forget to wear a cloth mask while you do your shopping and carry hand sanitizer with you. Practice physical distancing that is 6 feet apart from others as you shop and at the cash register. Spend as little time as possible in the store and get enough groceries to last you for a while. Once your groceries are packed and loaded, use hand sanitizer and rub your hands together until they are completely dry. When you come home from the grocery store, take off your shoes at the door and put all of your grocery bags in one area. Disinfect your grocery bags. Rinse produce and wipe down cans and packages with soap and water before you put them away. Wash your hands thoroughly for 20 seconds when you are done. Wash your clothes and your reusable grocery bags.
This message has been brought to you by the Ministry of Health in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Yes, sir. What you saying, bro?
Man, everything cool. Right here waking dead hot. What you doing for lunch?
You catch me here checking out this Z&S Shopping Network site? I looking at this out to sea deal.
Yeah? How do one go?
For $30, you get a $50 coupon. 20% off fish at the stand, plus you get $10 in minutes.
Man, you can't beat that.
Well, out to sea it is. Log on to www.znsshoppingnetwork.com. Select the island of your choice and shop anywhere, anytime.
ZNS Shopping Network is the place for deals. Check out the deals Mama Sassy's Gourmet Foods has just for you. Log on to www.znsshoppingnetwork.com. Select the island of your choice and shop anywhere, anytime.
Let's stay COVID-free. Remember the 3 S's. Sanitize, social distance, and stay inside.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Let's stay COVID-free. Remember the 3 S's. Sanitize, social distance, and stay inside.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
I'm Shishina Wolf-Farkas, and as always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news this evening, the Grand Bahama Port Authority Limited launching the Revitalization and Economic Expansion of Freeport Committee last year. The committee was formed as it is a part of the GBPA's continuing effort to revitalize Grand Bahama's economy following Hurricane Dorian and during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. This week, the committee released its action plan and vision for the island. Natalia Hall has more in this report.
The committee's goal was to produce an action plan with short, medium, and long-term solutions to meet key objectives necessary to strengthen the economy through a diverse range of initiatives. Committee lead Robert Adams says Phase 1 included a consultation process in which the committee conducted a public survey of residents to identify their concerns regarding the local economy and the environment. There were some 3,200 persons during that exercise. The statement continues by noting that members of REEF have been working with the government to fulfill critical short-term objectives, including completing the handover of the Grand Bahama International Airport to the Bahamas government, finalizing the extension of the real property tax exemption to all GBPA licensees and residents, updating the Freeport bylaws to enhance the appearance of the city, supporting the work of the Public Health Authority in the COVID-19 pandemic, progressing the new Carnival Cruise Port project to mobilization, the expansion of Freeport Harbor Cruise Facility with Royal Caribbean Cruise International, and repairing social infrastructure in the port area. The committee is also collaborating with business owners and entrepreneurs to enhance ease of doing business in Freeport. Now, according to the statement in Phase 2, REEF will continue its collaboration with the government to advance further goals. Among them are creating jobs through policy and legislative changes, assisting in digitizing administrative and government processes, developing an agency to promote investment in Freeport, creating opportunities for more made in the Bahamas products and and services, exploring new opportunities presented by the blue economy, and expanding existing opportunities in the maritime industry. Now, the full action plan is now available for viewing at reef.gbpa.com. Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Well, staff of the Road Traffic Department located in the NIB building in Freeport mourning the tragic death of one of their own. Shivanya Roberts, an employee of that department, was killed in a traffic accident on Monday evening while on her way home from work. Jamila Mizik has the story.
She is described by her peers as loving and quiet, and always with a smile on her face. Shivanya Roberts was employed at the Road Traffic Department for 5 years, and her colleague Adrienne Gilbert says Roberts would always share words of encouragement. Gilbert notes that she and Roberts had a personal relationship, noting that the colleagues were devastated when they heard the news about Roberts' tragic death.
Loving, caring, giving person, helpful. Because just when I came into road traffic, she's the one who I can say trained me in the system. We sat side by side for that purpose. And every day, Gilbert, how you doing? You getting it, Gilbert? I said, I'm getting it. And just Monday, I said to her, I said, girl, Shivanya, I'm so proud of myself and for your training. And we laughed about that. Not to know that that was going to be the last. Oh, Shivanya's going to be dearly missed. Dearly missed. Everyone here at Road Traffic loves her. Everyone here at Road Traffic had a wonderful relationship with her. She loved everyone. She got along with everyone. Yesterday was very hard for us. Very, very hard.
Office Manager Charmaine Fernander noting that it is with great sadness that they're expressing condolences to the Roberts family. She described Shivanya as an active individual in the department, always taking part in their social club.
She was a very, very pleasant person. She would be one of the first set in office every day. When we come by, we always get a smile from her. She's never one to cause any contention. She was always there for anybody. Right now, I'm still shaken. I'm still saddened by her death. And it's really disbelief for all of us. We're trying to cope. We're doing what we can to cope right now. We opened the office today, but we're not 100%. But we're here.
Jacqueline Albury describes Roberts as a peaceable person who loved her job, a hard worker, and an asset to the department. She notes that her presence will be greatly missed.
She will always try to do her best to assist the customer, and she will be missed. She will be missed in the Road Traffic Department in Grand Bahama, and we just want to say to the staff and the members that we will continue to allow the legacy that she lived on, that we will continue to live on, that we will continue to show love and kindness, and that's what really matters in the workplace is love.
Shivanya Roberts, wife and mother of 3, died following a traffic accident near Barbary Beach in East Lucaya, a short distance away from her home on Monday, June 7th. Jamila Mizik, ZNS Network News.
In other news, police at the Criminal Investigations Department here on Grand Bahama needs your help in locating 24-year-old Travis Kishan Lewis of Albacore Circle. He is wanted for questioning on charges of possession of a firearm with the intent to put another in fear. Lewis is 165 pounds, dark brown complexion, slim built, and 5 feet 8 inches tall. If you have any information on his whereabouts, you should contact CID at 350-3109 through 10. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
Come on down. Come on down. Now.
Yes, sir. What you saying, bro?
Man, everything cool. Radio weekend dead hot. What you doing for lunch?
You catch me here checking out the ZNS Shopping Network site? I looking at this out to sea deal.
Yeah? How do one go?
For $30, you get a $50 coupon. 20% off fish at the stand, plus you get $10 in minutes.
Man, you can't beat that.
Well, out to sea it is.
Log on to www.znsshoppingnetwork.com. Select the island of your choice and shop anywhere, anytime.
Third Dimension on Yellow Pine Street introduces its new home improvement center. Step into our brand new fully stocked showroom for the latest in doors, tiles, housewares, kitchenwares, bathwares, vanities, power tools, electrical, and plumbing supplies. So stop by our showroom to view our full range of products or call the Home Advisor hotline at 602-0935 today. We are your home advisors.
Becoming a BTC postpaid customer is fast and easy. And what's more, by signing up, the deals are instant. Tell us about some of the deals available for postpaid customers.
Well, we always have amazing deals available for our postpaid customers. We have up to 75% off any device that we carry, and you can also get up to $300 off of a phone if you're an existing customer. A new customer, you can get a free phone. And that's some of the amazing deals that we have at any of our major stores.
Let's talk again about switching over from prepaid to postpaid.
Okay, when you switch over from prepaid to postpaid with any carrier, you can keep your same number and you can come into a BTC store and your service will not be interrupted at all. Your friends and family won't even know that you made the switch.
And for new customers, what is the process like for them to become postpaid customers?
For a new customer, you just walk into the store, have a government-issued IDs, passport, driver's license, stuff like that. And once you do that, it'll be that simple. You could just visit one of our reps and they'll help you.
And tell us about some of the postpaid packages.
We have packages to suit any lifestyle and any budget. And whether you're homeschool, whether you have working from home, whatever it is, we have something there that will suit your budget.
So what are you waiting for? Visit any of our BTC locations and sign up and become a postpaid customer. It's fast, it's easy, and it's rewarding. These are still the moments that move us. I'm Corbell Pyfrom. Be well, and be back here next BTC Connection.
Valeria Caribbean, the fastest, easiest, and most affordable way to travel the United States. Bins starting at $150 and passengers starting at $120.
Welcome back. The fight for survival continues for beautician Malaya Smith-Roll. Tens of thousands of dollars have been raised to assist her in her medical journey as she has been diagnosed with a rare form of cancer. But thanks to the residents throughout the Bahamas who have donated towards this cause, she's now well on her way to getting the medical treatment that could possibly save her life. Nearly $40,000 has been raised to help save the life of Malaya Smith-Roll. You may recall last week, ZNS Northern Edition aired the story of the wife and mother who pleaded with the community to assist her in raising $15,000 for her surgery as she has been diagnosed with leiomyosarcoma. Malaya says she never imagined that people from all over the Bahamas would have contacted her and donated to her fund. She says it brought one thing to mind, and that's the national anthem.
Unity. I say, God, our words are so strong with the national anthem, and I prove that.
With the funds raised, she has enough to get her surgery and treatment, but she will not go to Cuba.
What we decided to do is get me into Nassau. And with Nassau, getting into Nassau, the doctors came together and they said that they're going to see me and try and work on getting this out, or even if they have to take out piece of it, piece by piece, I don't know, but That's what I understand.
Still visibly in pain, Malaya admits that the love and support from the community has left her overwhelmed.
Get your life in order. Don't give up on God. He's awesome. Because I did not expect this. I did not expect this. Oh God, just read on me.
One day after Malaya's story was aired, her GoFundMe account went from $1,500 to $7,000 with thousands of shares on Facebook. But it was a concerted effort to pull this off from the Grand Bahama community. From the media to media personalities like Cindy Patrice Daxon to Darren Cooper, who picked up the story, the money came pouring in. Cooper said he was going to raise at least $13,000 in a few days, and he did just that.
At the conclusion of this, which will be today, all of these receipts, along with the deposit slips deposited made to the First Caribbean, will be turned over to the Puget and Turnquest, who will then verify our information and will have it recorded just to make sure that we say what we did and we did what we were supposed to do.
Pastor Barry Morris held a concert in the yard for Malaya on Sunday with the Cooling Waters and gave a donation. He also prayed with her as her journey began.
Certainly, I'm so glad that we were able to impact in such a way, share prayers, words of faith, and let her know that God is with her even in the midst of this sickness.
The journey was then on to the airport on Western Air for Malaya to go to Nassau. Her caretaker, who is also her sister Tizelle, has also worked to organize funds, and she became emotional as she saw her sister off.
To see her in this state is heartbreaking. But I know there's a God, and my God does not sleep nor slumber.
Her mother-in-law also adding that Malaya's life is a testimony.
God said to her that he is going to use her in a great and mighty way. But we don't know how God is going to use this. If this her platform, to God be all the glory.
We understand that a team of about 20 doctors will take on and look at Malaya's rare cancer. And as soon as she lands, she will go straight to Doctors Hospital to begin the process. She leaves these words with the community.
So at this point, if I die, I am content. I am totally content because I'm grateful. I'm so grateful because I didn't expect this. It didn't have to work out like this. You know, my breath could have been taken from me. I pace every night. I don't sleep. Every night I move from chair to bed, from bed to floor. I kneel down. I call on God. All I can do is call on God. I say, God, oh, help me.
Certainly the power of the community. Now to news from Parliament. The Member of Parliament for Central Grand Bahama, the Honorable Hiram Lewis, wrapping up his budget contribution in Parliament this afternoon. Jay Philippe has more.
The Minister of Youth, Sport and Culture and Member of Parliament for Central Grand Bahama, the Honourable Hiram Lewis, making his budget contribution in the House of Assembly. Lewis noting that the 2021-2022 budget of $19,358,000 will help in achieving the government's mandate and implementation of all programs, projects and activities on behalf of the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Culture communities. Major sporting facilities such as the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium, the National Boxing Center, the Grand Bahama Sports Complex and the Sir Kendall G. Eliasek Gymnasium are expected to see significant upgrades in the near future.
Management is eager to further effect and complete much needed repairs to the KGLI gym, which is usually a major revenue source for the NSA. Furthermore, the gym must be in optimum form to attract more NCAA and other professional sporting events.
The 2020 Boxing Day and 2021 New Year's Day Junction parades were postponed because of COVID-19. However, the minister says that he hopes that this year's parades will take place.
We all know that circumstances did not permit our usual grand celebration last year, but I'm most hopeful, this is what I'm saying to the Junction Group, I'm most hopeful that conditions will allow the free expression of this year, our most important cultural events come Boxing Day 2021 and New Year's Day 2022. We await guidance from the health official on this matter.
Lewis, who was also Member of Parliament for Central Grand Bahama, acknowledging some of the government's achievements on Grand Bahama, highlighting the significant historical purchase of the Grand Bahama International Airport, the deal that was signed and sealed by the Bahamas government on April 29th of this year.
The Bahamas government purchased the major port of entry into Grand Bahama. No longer is the port of entry owned by foreigners. The people of Grand Bahama now own, and the Bahamas own the port of entry. And the fact that we spent $1 million to cover salary for Bahamians, Grand Bahamians.
Lewis adding that the renovations of the Rand Memorial Hospital on Grand Bahama have been a major accomplishment for the government as well.
New Orleans is below sea level. Below sea level. Georgetown, Guyana is below sea level. So what we have to do? Adjust the architecture to suit. In fact, over 80% of the Bahamas landmass is within 5 feet of the main sea level. So what we have to do? Make an adjustment. Yes, Dorian exposed our weaknesses. We just now have to strengthen it.
Under the disaster reconstruction project since Hurricane Dorian, major cleanup campaigns have been undertaken in central Grand Bahama and throughout other areas on island.
Last summer, we had a major community cleanup efforts to remove hurricane debris, and every polling division was included in this major project, which included government, Port Authority, and private subdivision. And again, we clean up from east to west. And I want to thank this government for providing the funds for us to do so.
Minister Lewis says a lot more work is set to be done on Grand Bahama to help residents to return to their normal lifestyle, and he thanked the government and the people of Grand Bahama for their support. I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Jay. Well, it is a book written based on personal experiences, and ahead of this Father's Day, the author says he hopes it will start a conversation to encourage hope and healing to those who do not know what it means to have a father present in their lives or their homes. Jamila Mizik reports.
Senior pastor of Central Zion Baptist Church, Reverend Dr. Elvis Burrows, is the author of a new book titled Our Lives Without Him, Daddy Please Don't Go. He says the book details the struggles of children growing up in homes where the father is absent. Burrows says he began working on the book years ago, but it was during the pandemic when he was finally able to complete the book.
In 6 months, I was able to finish the book, but as a matter of fact, I had most of the research done, and so it was just a matter of now compiling the chapters and having it edited and printed. But it's a work I started more than 10 years ago.
Reverend Burrows says the book was written from his professional and personal experience because he never knew his father. He notes that the book prescribes how to find hope and healing from dealing with the trauma of not having a father present as a child.
This book addresses what happens when the child grew up in a home where there was no father, how that child fared through life. And I am one who understands, one who has lived that experience. So I'm not talking about something I've read in a book or somebody else's testimony. I grew up in a home where the father was missing. And now that I'm an adult, I understand to some degree what children feel, what children go through, what they are experiencing. And so I wrote this book first and foremost from my personal experience, having experienced that, but also from my professional experience.
Burrows says he thought it important for the book to be written in a positive tone rather than a negative light. And he says he hopes that it helps start a conversation and change the narrative about these type of situations.
As a pastor and a counselor, I encounter children every day, adults, who live through that experience, but are now struggling. But for many of them, they never talk about it. It has been a silent thing over the years. And I can say that for me also, it was years before I was comfortable talking about it. When a father absents himself from the home, that home is left in a state of chaos, in a state of disequilibrium. It affects the family dynamics in the home, and the children just really don't know what to do. And so the book addresses that aspect of it, but it also encourages fathers to stay connected.
Now there will be an official book launch on Sunday, June 13th at 5 p.m. at Freeport Bible Church. However, the book can be found on Amazon, Precious Acres on Queens Highway, Central Zion Baptist Church, and other local bookstores. Shamila Mizik, ZNS Network News.
And now it's time for a check on sports.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to Sports. A Grand Women female athlete recently returned home from international competition. It was her first go-around. Her future looks bright. New to the sport, Denise Menace recently competed in the NPC National Qualifier Bodybuilding Bikini Classic Fitness Figure, Physique and Wellness Competition in Boca Raton, Florida.
Came to the gym, started working out, just wanted to be fit like about 2 years ago. And I was approached multiple times about competing. In January, I was approached again, and I just decided I would just take on the challenge.
According to Menace, the judges were impressed with her stage presence and natural physical genetics.
Got lots of positive feedback from coaches and also the judges with regards to what I need to work on and what I'm doing good so far. So it was a really, really rewarding experience.
It wasn't easy. She had to change her diet while training 6 days a week in preparation for competition.
I had to also do posing practice in preparation for presenting myself on the stage, and that was like a workout in itself. So that's in addition to the 1.5 hours I was training in the afternoons.
Menace is now looking forward to future competitions.
We looked at some things that we're going to work on and how we're going to strategize getting ready in the next couple of months. Definitely something I'm going to do again.
Switching gears now in local basketball, the Heights basketball program had an open basketball showcase at the Mount Macphy Park this past weekend. The winner of the boys 11-12 layup and ball handling contest was Randy Miller. Winning the 15-16 category was Marvin Culmer. In the boys 15-16 three-point competition, Julian Petty-Dose was crowned the winner. Winning the open girls layup and three-point competition was Odisha Jones. Jane Parker and Takith Rahana was two of the top performers in the open girls group. Samson Villian walked away on top in the boys 13-14 three-point and ball handling competition, and the winner of the 9-10 boys layup and three-point competition was Irvin Carey. And that's a quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
Get fresh produce, honey, pepper sauce, food, and more at Our Garden Farmers Market Fest on Saturday, June 12th, 9 a.m. Grand Bahama Community Park at Princess.
Did you know that you can get the benefits of timeshare without the burdens of owning one? Finally, you can stay at over 4,000 top timeshare resorts across the globe for as little as $2.99 per week. Seabreeze Vacation Villas and Country Club, located at number 2 Port of Call Drive right here in Freeport, is pleased to introduce benefits without burdens. Visit SeabreezeVacationVillas.com to register for a complimentary breakfast or lunch preview, or call 602-5617 to find out more today.
Hey, wait! What you doing, baby? Don't jump! Don't jump, you all right? I'm like so stressed out. I could use a massage. Oh, no, don't look at me. I don't do them things. Why don't you check out the ZNS Shopping Network? They may be able to help you with something like that. You think they have something for that? Yeah, man, for sure. For New Day Spa. That's the place where the girls them just rub you down and fill you up. I am buying this coupon for the hot stone massage. Renew Day Spa it is. I'm going. Hey, look here. Wait for me. I rolling with you.
Log on to www.znsshoppingnetwork.com. Select the island of your choice and shop anywhere, anytime.
The Grand Bahama Utility Company is proud to announce its newly revamped e-billing platform. Access your account online anywhere at any time. Contact Utility Relation at grandbahamautility.com or 350-9009. The Grand Lacayan Hotel is open and ready to serve you for live entertainment, happy hour, seafood Fridays, and Sunday champagne brunch. Phone 350-5000 for more information. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
If you are our Facebook friend of the day, we say thank you for your support. And that is going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of our entire ZNS News team, I'm Shishina Roll-Farquharson. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, a continued downward trend in crime. The price of COVID infractions. Money in the hands of survivors of fallen healthcare workers. A cabinet minister speaks to the fate of straw vendors. Those stories and more when the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, returns.
I'm Megan Shepard, a reporter here at the ZNS Northern Service. Did you know that ZNS is right at your fingertips when you download the new ZNS app? Missed something in our newscast? That's okay. Simply pull up the app, swipe, and you'll find all of our news headlines and highlights. So what are you waiting for? Download the new ZNS app today.
This portion of the news brought to you by BTC's Dollar Holla Deals.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Akush Lapinda. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for joining us. You can call it a case of looks being deceiving. While it appears as though crime may be on the rise, police force statistics say otherwise. In this report, our Carla Palmer takes a look at how and where crime is heading south.
Despite the challenges the government faced in the past 4 years, Member of Parliament for Mount Moriah and Minister of National Security, the Honorable Marvin Dames, came to the House of Assembly armed with upbeat crime figures.
Records indicate that between 2017, and this is our time, 2017 to 2020, there were 18,332 incidents of major crimes reported to the police. For the previous period, 2012 to 2016, there were 40,108 incidents of major crimes reported to the police. Mr. Speaker, this reflects a 54% decrease over the previous period. In other words, Mr. Speaker, this minister-led administration, major crimes were reduced more than half.
A closer look at the figures show that both murders and armed robberies have taken a dive.
Between 2017 to 2020, there were 430 incidents reported during the period. For the previous period, between 2012 to 2016, there were 609 incidents of murders reported, a decrease of 179 incidents over the previous period, or 29% decrease. In other words, under this minister-led administration, murder incidents decreased by 1/3. For the offense of armed robbery, for the period 2017 to 2020, there have been some 1,893 incidents reported by the police. For the previous period, 2012 to 2016, there were 4,798 incidents, which have, so in other words, Mr. Speaker, armed robberies would have been reduced by some 61%.
Going down the list, we also heard how over the period under review, there were 194 incidents of rape. This compared to 438, a reduction by some 56%.
It is not lost on us that 2019 we had 37 reported murders, and during 2020 there were 50, which was an upswing in the reported murders. But nevertheless, when you take the cumulative period, rapes would have been reduced by more than half. For the offense of housebreaking, for the period 2017 to 2020, there has been 4,028 incidents reported to the police. For the previous period, 2012 to 2016, there were 9,226 incidents reported to the police. Again, Mr. Speaker, we have successfully reduced housebreaking under this minister-led administration by some 56%, or more than half.
Firearm seizures also decreased by some 38%. Carla Palmer, ZNS Network News.
Also from Parliament, a former health minister is pushing the idea of a national effort to increase vaccination as numbers remain low some 3 months into a countrywide campaign.
It seems as if we are starting to come out of the third wave.
After more than a year of COVID this, COVID that, it's just the kind of news Bahamians want to hear. But as authorities have long stressed, climbing out of COVID won't come easy. Not when in April and May the country recorded more than twice the number of cases in March and more than December, January and February combined. As Elizabeth MP and noted Dr. Dwayne Sands told the House of Assembly during his budget contribution on Wednesday, it's going to be hard work, and it's going to require that the Bahamas works harder than it wants to and less than it feels it deserves.
So if we are going to make it through this, then the Bahamas has to claim that we are going to be the COVID-safe country in the world. Understand, all of us have to understand how a low COVID environment is critical to our collective and individual survival. We've got to test more than we're testing. We have to have good treatments. But most importantly, we have to vaccinate.
At last count, some 62,000 shots had been administered, 48,000 plus with their first shot, 13,700 plus with their second. Sands stressing that's less than 5%. In the Americas, that puts the Bahamas at number 26 out of 35, having given only 14 doses per 100 people.
I get it, that people are afraid about vaccination. And so what we now need to do is we need to address people to understand their concerns, not be dismissive, not to suggest that they're crazy or that they're dumb or that they're stupid, but to be loving and compassionate and understanding about the various concerns that people have, because they have real concerns.
And while the U.S. is pushing vaccinations for youngsters, Sands says he doesn't yet have confidence in that idea. For right now, he suggests simply focusing on the adults. Sands' political journey has admittedly been a complex one, from the days of recounting ballots to election court to his eventual resignation as a cabinet minister. But he assures that despite such challenges, he aligns himself to just one party.
For better or worse, through good times and bad, I have been, I am, and for the foreseeable future, I will remain an FNM.
Well, based on Tuesday's count, another 2 people succumbed to the COVID-19 pandemic in country. A 64-year-old female resident of New Providence who passed on June 2nd, and a 62-year-old male resident of Abaco who died from the virus on June 6th. This as another 28 deaths remain under investigation. As for new cases, we're up to 12,052 after another 25. 21 of the newly infected on New Providence, 2 on Grand Bahama, and 1 each on Bimini and Cat Key and the Berry Islands. 16 males and 9 females make up the group. At last count, hospitalization stood at 41, with 3 of them in the intensive care unit. Tuesday's COVID dashboard also showing no recoveries. Well, the government's earmarked funds to compensate healthcare workers for their selfless service at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. That money will also be extended to families whose loved ones died during the virus. Cleopatra Murphy explains.
Government will pay out $100,000 each to the families of 4 healthcare workers who died while working on the front line of the country's COVID-19 fight. Minister of Health, the Honorable Renward Wells, says government will hold true to a promise made early on in the COVID-19 pandemic, and that could come as early as the end of June.
We had 4 individuals who are part of the healthcare system, the government's healthcare system, who succumbed to COVID in the course of their duties. Those 4 individuals, the government is in the process of paying that $400,000 directly to the families who are deserving of it, their dependents, their legal heir to their estates will receive the $100,000.
The Minister of Health says government also intends to dole out another $600,000 to some 150 healthcare workers who served on the front lines during the COVID-19 pandemic as an honorarium payment that could happen by the end of July. In April of last year, the Ministry of Health in a statement said despite expected economic fallout of the mandatory lockdowns, the government has already committed to providing physicians with a $5,000 honorarium for those who work on the front line of the health sector's response. That statement also promised a $100,000 life insurance policy if a healthcare worker died from COVID-19. Wells addressed the matter outside Cabinet Tuesday.
In the first instance, we're seeking to do that by the end of this month. For those who would work directly with COVID during the first wave, we've since had a second wave, and the thinking was that we've had very dedicated, hard-working healthcare workers throughout this entire course. And so all of those who would have worked and have been exposed to COVID in the environment, that the government would seek to give them something. We said it could be up to $5,000, up to, not that it would be $5,000.
The Minister of Health says government has set aside $3 million in the new budget to settle payments to healthcare workers.
I'm looking in July to be able to pay the others the honorarium. There is a thinking, though, that perhaps we should pay it all in July, just make sure that we cover everyone. Because, you know, obviously and oftentimes in the Bahamas, if you pay some and you tell others you're going to pay them, it becomes a problem. And so we are still, we'll make that decision over the end of this week, whether we'll pay all in July or whether we'll pay some at the end of June and the others in July. But everybody will receive something.
Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
Now, on the flip side, the government continues to closely monitor those residents who over the past year have failed to adhere to COVID-19 health and safety protocols.
The COVID-19 Center was established. There were approximately 1,940 emergency order violations committed, resulting in 1,020,550 in fines. As it relates to statistics from this area, there were a total of 62 persons arrested with reference to fraudulent COVID-19 test results. 52 of these persons were convicted and fines totaling $117,500.
Still to come, the straw market's reopening, still on the government's priority list, and police looking to find another missing teen. Those stories and more when we return. And remember to tune in to the morning edition with LaDawn Davis and Charles Fisher at 7 o'clock weekday mornings. We also have news updates at every hour starting at 2 p.m. You can then watch the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, at 6:30, and the National Report live at 7 p.m. All right here on the ZNS Network.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Hear that?
If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
The $20 combo, unlimited talk, yo, to every network you know. Across the Bahamas, I got 6 gigs of data, plus unlimited chat. It just roll over too. Now let me check my people on Facebook and WhatsApp. BTC is where it's at. I rock my combo.
Your BTC 10-day combo is now only $20 and is supersized with a new low price.
BTC do it again.
You know that feeling you get when you have an uncontrollable desire for fried chicken? That's the KFC. A substance that stimulates your senses to identify the aroma of our secret recipe or an extra crispy crunch from any distance. It's invisible to the naked eye, but you can feel it traveling throughout your body, taking control so you can enjoy a juicy bite of KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
Anything you need, we got you covered. Say the word and we'll come through. So if you need coverage for life, choose BAF, they'll get it right. Just go out and do it. It's your life, so just live it. So anything you want, you can get it. It's time to get it right. So we rolling with BAF for life. BAF for life. And so we going with BAF for life. Yeah. BAF for life. And so we choosing BAF for life. Yeah. BAF for life. And so we rolling with BAF for life. BAF for life. If you want coverage for life, choose BAF, they'll get it right. Yes, that's the best choice. BAF, that's BAF for life. There's a pandemic going around. We have to work hard to stay around. Keep yourself and your family safe. And thank God for amazing grace. There's a solution you must choose. It will help me and help you too. It's available everywhere. Don't take too long, I'll meet you there. I got mine, you get yours. Get vaccinated. I got mine, you get yours. Get vaccinated. It's protecting me, protecting you. It's protecting the country too. I got mine, you get yours. Get vaccinated. I got mine, you get yours. Get vaccinated. I got mine, you get yours. Get vaccinated. It's protecting me, protecting you. It's protecting the country too. I got mine, you get yours. Get vaccinated.
Make your appointment today at vax.gov.bs. That's vax.gov.bs. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in conjunction with Bahamas Information Services.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Despite several categories of workers returning to work in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, straw vendors are still at home patiently waiting. In this report, our Cleopatra Murphy tells us about the government's plan to get them back on the job.
More than a year after the downtown straw market was shut down amid COVID-19 concerns, Minister of Public Works, the Honorable Desmond Bannister, says officials are still trying to determine how vendors will return to work.
The straw vendors, the straw market authority is speaking with the health officials to try to ensure that we can have a safe environment in that market. I think it's very important to understand the challenges we have with respect to COVID and the conditions in the straw market. So it's important for a final decision to be made, and as soon as they make that decision, I'll let you know.
Vendors are eager to return to the straw market, particularly in the face of tourism numbers picking up, boosted by Royal Caribbean Cruises' plan to begin home porting this week and Crystal Cruises in July. Bannister, however, worries that the risk to vendors and visitors to the market, as even vaccination against COVID-19 will not necessarily prevent infection.
I have a friend who went to the United States, got 2 Pfizer vaccines, fully vaccinated with Pfizer vaccine. Over the United States a couple of times, came back, tried to come back home last week, tested positive for COVID. So the vaccines protect you to a certain point. What the vaccines do is ensure that if you get COVID, you do not get it as seriously. You're possibly not hospitalized. It doesn't mean you're not going to get it.
As a reminder, he says it only takes one case to lead to potential disaster.
Just imagine someone goes in a straw market and passes COVID on to one vendor. That'll be throughout the market in a day, and that'll be throughout our country in a day. We have to be really careful.
Making a case for the vendors in the House of Assembly Tuesday, Seabury's Member of Parliament Lanisha Rule questioned the government on the delay in returning vendors to the Bay Street market, considering many hotel workers have returned to work to greet guests. Ahead of those comments, Bannister noted that provisions are being made to place vendors from Festival Place in Rawson Square, but that's a plan Bay Street vendors believe will give an unfair advantage.
This is something that tourism is doing, and I'm not getting into that. In my portfolio, I have a straw market authority, and my duty is going to be to ensure that those Bahamian vendors are safe when they go to work, as safe as possible.
Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
Well, we now know more about what the first passengers aboard the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, a venture of the seas since the COVID-19 pandemic, will experience when they arrive in the Bahamas. The 15-deck cruise ship arrived here yesterday with only crew members to begin home porting. The ship was escorted steadily into the harbor with a grand water salute, courtesy of the Nassau Harbor Pilots Association. The vessel leaves port this Saturday afternoon to begin its 7-night Bahamas and Perfect Day summer series. Passengers will be greeted to a warm Bahamian party in the backyard, which includes drinks courtesy of Commonwealth Brewery, live music, junkanoo performances, and drills by LJM Maritime Academy students. Nassau Cruise Port CEO Mike Moore outlined the economic benefits the Bahamas will experience as the cruise industry rebounds. He encourages Bahamians to participate in this new venture by starting a cruise vacation in Nassau instead of flying abroad. A teen boy is missing tonight. LaVar Monroe was last seen on the Labor Day holiday at his Laurel Street Pinewood Gardens home. It's a mystery where he's been since. Police describe the 15-year-old as having a brown complexion, 5 feet 10 inches tall and slim build. Anyone who can help the police or family members find the young man should call the Criminal Investigation Department at 502-9991, 502-9992, 502-9968, or 502-9971, or download the P3 Tips app. More favorable news in the case of 14-year-old Royanne Brown. Police confirming that she's been found and reunited with her family and is in good health. The Pinewood Gardens resident was reported missing this past Saturday. Operations Unit officers yesterday arrested 3 men in the area of Sunrise Road, Gamble Heights. This after spotting the men in a white Honda Civic acting suspiciously. After police stopped the vehicle, the trio came out and the vehicle was searched. That's when the officers found a pistol and 7 rounds of unfired ammunition. Then around 9 o'clock last night, a group of residents were at a social gathering on Dean's Lane off Nassau Street when police say a small vehicle drove up and an occupant discharged several shots. This left 2 men wounded. They're in stable condition in hospital. Investigations are ongoing.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today.
After over 16 years, the Commonwealth Law Conference is making its way back to the Bahamas and in grand style. The conference is set to be held September 9th, 2021 at the beautiful Bahama Resort.
Every 2 years, one of the flagship conferences of the international legal world is the Commonwealth Law Conference. So very popular conference with our judges throughout the region and also our practitioners. It is a conference which will last for an entire week from the 5th to the 9th of September. What's remarkable is that during a time of COVID, they've gone through the challenges, and everybody's still going through the challenges. But this is a vote of confidence for the Bahamas as well as for the Commonwealth Lawyers Conference itself, that they will continue to meet in person for the full week of events.
Director General Joy Jubileau said this in-person conference will help to boost our tourism industry.
Most people in the tourism sector know, our hotel partners, all our stakeholders, they appreciate the importance of the MICE market. And by that I mean meetings, incentives, groups, those group conferences that come to the Bahamas that bring in the volume of visitors who stay for a dedicated period of time. Of course, our hotels are well positioned to benefit from this type of business, and they have felt most keenly the loss of the groups and conference business to our destination. And so to have confirmed that the Commonwealth Law Conference will take place this year, it was scheduled to take place in 2020 and had to be postponed because of obviously COVID, but that it's now slated to take place in September of this year. We are just so delighted, and delighted for a number of reasons. It speaks to the full resumption of the tourism sector once again, a lot earlier than many people had forecasted. It also speaks to the ability of the Bahamas and what we have demonstrated, that the manner in which we have handled coronavirus, the protocols that we have put in place have given people enough confidence to say we are prepared to come and have an in-person conference once again, and that the Bahamas is the right destination to do this.
For more information on how you can participate in this year's Commonwealth Law Conference, visit CommonwealthLawyers.com. I'm Joshua Robbins, and this is Tourism Today.
Everyone's excited about the $8 meal of the day. Every day, it's a different 6-inch sub, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $8. That feels like fresh value. Come in any day of the week for one of your favorite 6-inch subs. Like turkey breast, meatball marinara, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, black forest ham, Italian BMT, oven roasted chicken, and tuna. Then add chips and a 20-ounce drink, and you've got the $8 meal of the day. A great meal at a great price every day of the week. Only at Subway.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Today is a day for fun. Today is a day for family. So why should yesterday's worries affect my today? That's why I insure my family with J.S. Johnson, because their mission is to provide us with the best insurance coverage possible. With J.S. Johnson, I know my family comes first, so I take comfort in knowing that they always have us covered, providing us with a great today and an even better tomorrow.
J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
If you're in need, you need to log on to Promise.
Promise gives you instant access to essential services.
No more waiting in line. Go online. If you don't have a computer or internet access,
visit a Community Support Services Division Outreach Center near you.
The help you need is now just one click away.
Log on to Promise today.
ZNS Shopping Network is the place for deals. Check out the deals Mama Sassy's Gourmet Foods has just for you. Log on to www.znsshoppingnetwork.com, select the island of your choice, and shop anywhere, anytime.
It's a question that comes across many minds a time or two: how to get rich and quick. Well, it's a question that even the greatest philosophers haven't come up with yet, but one a local author explores in his new fictional book. Here's Antoine Smith.
Ask yourself, why is such a great, learned man, so tall and with such a symmetrical face and only a slightly receding hairline, in prison?
You may know the quick-witted Stephen Hanna from his interesting takes or his extremely popular sketches. But now the creator is taking on another role, one as author, editor, and publisher of the new financial parody, 7 Get-Rich Schemes the Government Doesn't Want You to Know Just Because the Plans Are Slightly Unethical and Borderline Criminal.
It's like, what is the craziest idea that a person could come up with to make money? And how would that look if the person tried to walk that idea all the way through to even the marketing stage of it?
It's the wild idea the author came up with nearly 4 years ago, jotting down a list of notes and ideas until the pandemic brought the Get Rich Quick manifesto to a full-fledged manual. However, the very humble Hannah will tell you it wasn't all him. In fact, it's written from the perspective of another, his alter ego, crazy uncle, and a self-proclaimed political prisoner, Thomas Hanna.
I think my nieces and my nephews are convinced that I'm their crazy uncle anyway, so it kind of fits. And it feels like one of those things where that's something that a lot of people can relate to, having that one member of their family who is like, you really think this idea is going to work? And it's like, and they are 100% convinced, even though everybody else is like, this idea is crazy.
The satirical novel follows Uncle Tom from behind bars in an undisclosed prison, imparting some questionable advice to his nephew, the editor, in hopes of finding financial success. It's a seemingly heartfelt gesture.
Imagine if that crazy person was also like your crazy uncle. And it's like, oh man, all we got to do is just this one thing. We could start a peanut grove, right? But then it could be salted peanuts because we could water them with ocean water. Like, just coming up with massively crazier and crazier ideas as each chapter progresses.
Is that one of the...
That is not one of those. I just made it up.
Well, 7 Get Rich Schemes is available now on Amazon. An audiobook is currently in the works. Antoine Smith, ZNS Network News.
Well, helping out the island's seniors, one way the Defense Forces Entry 48 and Women Entry 18 celebrated its 10th anniversary. The Marines distributed a hot breakfast to more than 65 individuals in the area of the retirement park on Ernest Avenue and Shirley Street. The group plans to consistently make a sizable impact on various communities and inspire others to reach out and help those in need. It's a delicacy many Bahamians tend to enjoy for breakfast. Yes, a good bowl of hot stew fish. Our Charles Fisher visited the kitchen of a former hospitality worker who's now whipping up dishes for his own business.
This morning I'm at Arawaki. I'm preparing some stew fish, some nice Bahamian stew fish we got. First of all, I'm going to fry my fish off.
That's the certain heat?
Yes. Cut it on now about 20 minutes. We'll roast it. Now I'm going to make the stew. We'll fry down my herbs. Potatoes, onions, some thyme.
Then he adds a twist of lime, all to your liking. Now tell us about the flour and how we get that brown color.
I just use a hot frying pan and the white flour and then stir it. A really, really hot frying pan. Very color. 7 additional pieces of burnt flour. So adding the stew, the brown flour, to the herbs and the oil. Fry that together for a minute. And that's how I get my stew. And the color.
We add some good water with good measurement.
Now I'm gonna make pepper and salt.
Is it a particular pepper that's best to use in stew fish? What's that you use?
It's a thing we call gold pepper. It has a really nice flavor. Not as hot, but it's flavorful. Gives it a really nice flavor. The pepper and salt, and it boils up. I'm gonna strain it so the stuff won't be in the stew. Put it back in the pot. Yes, sir. Now I'm gonna add the fish.
What kind of fish we working with this morning?
Grouper.
What's next to do?
It's tasty with that.
This tastes so good. Trying to get this fish. And I don't have no kitchen etiquette. So, make sure I check butter down here. And it's not good. Open at 8 o'clock for the best in stew fish made from scratch. Well, this is good.
Well, as we head to the break, we'd like to thank all our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 9th Fifth Terrace, Centerville, right in the heart of the medical service epicenter of Nassau, Bahamas.
The $20 combo, unlimited talk, yo, to every network you know. Across the Bahamas, I got 6 gigs of data, plus unlimited chat. It's a roll over too. Now let me check my people on Facebook and WhatsApp. BTC is where it's at. I rock my combo.
Your BTC 10-day combo is now only $20 and is supersized with a new low price.
BTC, do it again.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals, and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A brand that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Everything is changing, and your favorite hardware and home improvement store is getting with the program. We Buy You Sell is rolling out its new online shopping feature. If you go to our website, wbusbahamas.com, it's a quick and easy 3-step process. Step 1, browse the gallery and select your item. Step 2, add to cart. And Step 3, check out. Go to our website, wbusbahamas.com, to shop with us today.
It is important to take precautions to reduce your risk of getting infected with COVID-19, even when you go to the grocery store. Practice physical distancing that is 6 feet apart from others. While you wait in line to enter the store, 1 person per household needs to go. Use wipes to disinfect the cart or basket handle that you select. Avoid touching your face, unnecessary items, and surfaces. Try to touch only what you are buying. So carry a grocery list to help you move along quickly. Do not forget to wear a cloth mask while you do your shopping and carry hand sanitizer with you. Practice physical distancing that is 6 feet apart from others. As you shop,
payment at the cash register. Spend as little time as possible in the store and get enough groceries to last you for a while. Once your groceries are packed and loaded, use hand sanitizer and rub your hands together until they are completely dry. When you come home from the grocery store, take off your shoes at the door and put all of your grocery bags in one area. Disinfect your grocery bags. Rinse produce and wipe down cans and packages with soap and water before you put them away. Wash your hands thoroughly for 20 seconds when you are done. Wash your clothes and your reusable grocery bags.
This message has been brought to you by the Ministry of Health in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
The daily curfew for South Andros and the Berry Islands has been moved from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. and that's effective immediately according to the amended Emergency Powers COVID-19 Pandemic Management and Recovery Order. That order also permits businesses on those islands to operate between 6 a.m. and 9 p.m. The harvesting of crabs now permitted on the Berry Islands during curfew hours as well as in South Andros. Crab harvesting on Cat Island and in North and Central Andros can take place between 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. or as approved by the police officer in charge. On North and Central Andros and Cat Island, farmers are now permitted to attend their farms to water, tend, and harvest between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. and school examinations are now permitted on those islands during the lockdown period. And today, the competent authority authorized laundromats in North and Central Andros and Cat Island to open between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Mondays and Thursdays with not more than one person from each household at the laundromat. AML Foods Limited, now the owner of Exuma Markets Limited in Georgetown, Exuma. The $1.75 million purchase closed on May 31st. The company plans to invest an additional $300,000 to remodel the store. Those renovations underway, and over the next 4 weeks, customers can expect to see new flooring, lighting, and checkout experience. AML CEO and President Gavin Warchorn noting in a release that the company intends to double the store's variety of items. In addition to accessing a full product assortment similar to Solomon's Superstore, the company will allow customers to order and purchase products sold at Fresh Market and Cost Right for delivery to the store for pickup. E-commerce services are to follow in the new year. AML Foods donated $2,000 to the Exuma Foundation to assist with hurricane shelter preparation and its food security program, as well as $1,000 to the Exuma Sailing Club. Pan American Health Organization officials urging countries to prepare for what could become a dual threat this summer: hurricanes and the COVID-19 pandemic. PAHO Director Carissa Edian says countries must ensure health services are fully operational in the coming weeks, making certain emergency care, laboratories, and isolation centers are fully protected. The organization is set to speak with a number of disaster agencies across the Americas on June 10th to identify resources and adjust readiness plans. Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather, and for that we turn to Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makisha. The high-pressure system is collapsing. All the details on that coming up later in the newscast, so stay tuned. But outside of our studios right now, we are under partly sunny skies with temperature of 82 degrees. Relative humidity 69%. We have easterly winds at 13 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,019.4 millibars. That's 30.10 inches, and the pressure is steady. Your temperatures around the islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 82s in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Grand Torquay, and Marsh Harbor. The Berry Islands also at 82 degrees. 81 in Alistown, Bimini, 81 in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, Black Point, Exuma, Kemp Space on Andros, and Freshwick and Central Andros, all at 82 degrees. 82 also in Allenstown, Cat Allen, San Salvador, Rumkey, and Georgetown. Exuma 82s extending all the way into Ragged Island, Clarence Sound, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, Magona, and Acklands. Matchetown, Inagua 83, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 82 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Pink Setter. In the Northwestern Islands, easterly flow 10 to 15 knots, so wave heights 2 to 4 feet. High tide takes place at 8:20 tonight. In the Central and Southeastern Islands, easterly winds, we're keeping that caution flags up because the winds are going to be 15 to 20 knots and the wave heights 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. Now, tomorrow, which is Thursday, in the Northwestern Islands, the winds continue to rotate clockwise, becoming southeast at 10 to 15 knots. Wave heights 2 to 4 feet, high tide at 8:33 in the morning. Low tide will take place at 2:33 in the afternoon. In the Central and Southeastern Island, we see a slight reduction in those winds east to southeast at 12 to 18 knots. Wave heights down 3 to 6 feet, but we'll keep the caution flags through tomorrow. And as we head into Friday, the winds become light and variable in the northwestern Bahamas with very flat seas, 1 to 3 feet over the ocean. Beautiful boating conditions on Friday. High tide will occur at 9:12 in the morning with a low tide at 3:10 in the afternoon. In the Central and Southeastern Islands, we also see a significant decrease in our winds. They're down to 10 to 15 knots out of the southeast, so we will discontinue the caution flag for the Central and Southeastern Islands on Friday. The wave heights at 2 to 4 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
I want no bamboo, I don't want no heat, I don't want no dirty skunk to stuck between my teeth. I'm feeling some biscuits, I then play that out. All I want is that sweet juicy crab in my mouth. I want me some crab sauce. I can buy that crab house. I want me some crab sauce. I can buy that crab house. I want me some crab sauce. I can buy that crab house. All I want is that sweet juicy crab in my mouth.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is so.
Let me show you what's going on. Let's go down the bush.
When you want to save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you want to look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
Beep disinfectant spray is certified by a U.S. EPA compliant lab to kill the coronavirus that causes COVID-19. Beep disinfectant spray is now available in a convenient travel size can that travels everywhere with you. Beep for a happy, healthy home.
When you testify in court, you're expected to tell the truth. Same goes for your insurance application form. You have to answer every question truthfully and provide all the information requested, or you could be found guilty of misrepresentation. That means your insurance company could deny your policy or refuse to pay your claim. Your insurance company relies on the information you provide to determine whether to issue you a policy. Leaving out just one piece of information could lead to misrepresentation. So read your application form carefully. If you're unsure about anything, ask your insurance agent or broker before completing and signing your insurance application form. This message was brought to you by the Insurance Commission of the Bahamas, protecting the interests of policyholders.
is a day for fun. Today is a day for family. So why should yesterday's worries affect my today? That's why I insure my family with J.S. Johnson, because their mission is to provide us with the best insurance coverage possible. With J.S. Johnson, I know my family comes first, so I take comfort in knowing that they always have us covered, providing us with a great today and an even better tomorrow.
J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
Yes, sir. What you saying, bro?
Man, everything cool. Radio weekend dead hot. What you doing for lunch?
You catching me here checking out this Z&S Shopping Network site? I looking at this out to sea deal.
Yeah? How'd one go?
For $30, you get a $50 coupon. 20% off fish at the stand, plus you get $10 in minutes.
Man, you can't beat that.
Well, out to sea it is. Log on to www.znsshoppingnetwork.com. Select the island of your choice and shop anywhere, anytime.
He is called the storyteller, spinning tales of a Bahamas long past. Dumfries Cat Island set the foundation for this musical troubadour who hails from the Stubbs clan that produced the region bells. Phil Stubbs takes us on a journey down home.
They call me pot cake. I'm in a poor state. Yet I stay on guard. I protect the yard. They hardly feed me. Sometimes I'm so thirsty.
Z&S Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports. Will the Indiana Hoosiers, one of the biggest college basketball programs in the world, announcing that they are set to bring their team down here to the Bahamas as a part of their 2021 summer tour. The trip will feature 2 exhibition games against Eastern European club BC Mega out of Serbia on August 13th and 15th at the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort, the program's first foreign tour since 2014. Now, you will take a 6-day tour of the Bahamas starting on August 10th, ending on the 16th. In a statement, head coach Mike Woodson said that he's extremely excited to bring his team to the Bahamas, and this will be an excellent opportunity for the young men to grow as a team and begin to learn the new system. It will be a great preparation for the challenges of the upcoming season. Also coming to the Bahamas this summer, one of the newest sports phenomenons to hit the globe, 3-on-3 basketball, as the Big Three announcing that its playoffs and championships will also take place at the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort. The 3-on-3 basketball league founded by executive Jeff Quantinetz and rapper Ice Cube. Big Three commissioner, Hall of Famer Clyde Drexler, said that the Big Three is thrilled to be coming to the Bahamas, and the Atlantis is a perfect backdrop for the 2021 playoffs for both players and fans. Drexler adding that the slate of games is sure to be entertaining. And in baseball news, the MLB All-Star ballots are out, and the first pool of eligible players has been released. Among them, Bahamian second baseman Jazz Chisholm, who is off to a blistering start to his 2021 campaign for the Miami Marlins. Through 38 games, Jazz is batting .268 with 7 home runs, 37 hits, 16 RBIs, and tied for 6th in the National League with 9 stolen bases. Chisholm has become a media darling for his engaging personality and exciting style of play. Now, for those of you interested in voting, you can go to MLB.com/all-star/ballot to place your vote. You can vote up to 5 times a day. Phase 1 ends on June 24th, and Phase 2 for the All-Star starters ends on July 1st. So 2 for 2, let's do our part to get our son of the soil into baseball's biggest game. The 2021 MLB All-Star Game is set to take place July 13th at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. And speaking of Jazz, the country's minister responsible for sports, the Honorable Hiram Lewis, offering some very high praise for the budding superstar.
Undoubtedly right now, Jazz Chisholm is our poster athlete, but is being closely followed by a board of exceptional talent, patiently waiting their call. So impactful, yes. So impactful has just been to the Florida or the Miami Marlins, Mr. Speaker, that the organization, this is big, has agreed to host a Bahamian celebration on Saturday the 12th, this coming Saturday, the 12th of June, in which jazzism will be honored and the Bahamas will be highlighted.
And that's when we look at sports. Check on weather when we return.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
June continues to be a great month to save at super value and quality supermarkets. Bassiat evaporated milk, 12-ounce can, 95 cents. Goya dried pigeon peas, 14-ounce size, 2 for $3. Sweet strawberries, 1 pound, $4.99. Rainbow tuna, 5-ounce can, 69 cents. Premium boneless chuck steak or roast, $5.99 per pound. If it's value you want, you really want super value and quality supermarkets.
A truly Bahamian beer. Hey, too much drinking, Ilucha drinking, Long Island drinking, I'm just drinking, Nassau drinking, hey, Cat Island drinking, Bahama drinking, Harbor Cold drinking, a taste that is fresh.
Available at Jimmy's Liquor Stores or your favorite restaurants and liquor stores throughout the Bahamas.
You watch them grow and make plans for them even before they're old enough to talk. You spend a lifetime of sacrifice to pave the way for their success and create a tomorrow you too can be proud of. Can you tell who is the investor? At Leno, we believe everyone who has ever put a penny aside for a future dream is an investor. If you're new to investing, Leno's financial experts stand ready to design plans based on your goals. Let's sit down and explore the options one-on-one and see how, together, we can make your dreams come true. Whether considering traditional investments like a new home, car, your own business, security in retirement, or your child's college fund, we take the confusion out of the process and make an investor out of you. Call 396-3225 for an appointment. Leno, your bridge to the future.
Basketball is back, baby, and so is NBA League Pass, only with Rev Trio. Sign up for Rev Trio today and enjoy NBA League Pass absolutely free, along with incredible prizes, including a brand new 50-inch smart TV, NBA gear, and more. With tons of prizes and gear, signing up for Trio is the best on and off-court move this year. Just call 601-8992 or visit www.rev.bs/promotions/trio. Sign up for Rev Trio today and enjoy NBA League Pass absolutely free.
From Bob Marley to the Funkadelic, and George Benson to our very own Tony McKay, the Obeah Man. He's jammed with them all. Meet Teddy Kinloch in this week's Legends, the Untold Story.
I got to meet a lot of people at that place.
Okay.
And at 60 and a half, I had made enough money. I made quite a bit of money because we were making a lot of money there to pack up and say, I'm going. And I left Nassau and moved to New York.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, that area of high pressure that's been producing the moderate to brisk winds across the islands, well, that's beginning to collapse, so we'll see a reduction in our winds over the next couple of days, coming down to a very reasonable level, 10 to 15 knots up in the northwest Bahamas. And by Friday, we'll have light and variable winds with very flat seas. So go out there and enjoy the boating conditions. Partly cloudy conditions tonight, those 77 degrees for your low temperature. And tomorrow, we are looking at lots of sunshine in our forecast. Very pleasant conditions tomorrow with a high temperature of 87 degrees. Extended weather forecast taking us through the weekend. We're going to keep those sunshine in our forecast during the daytime. High 80s will be your daytime temperatures, upper 70s for the night. And as we head into the early part of next week, we'll see a little bit of cloud roll into our forecast, but that certainly will be short-lived, as by Tuesday, we will see the sun burst out once again. But those temperatures starting to get near to that 90-degree mark, and that's going to call for some very, very toasty conditions during the daytime. Nighttime conditions also becoming a little bit on the discomfort side. Makisha?
Well, thanks, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team here, thanks for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Agriculture Now. I'm Carla Palmer. We are here on Gladstone Road at the annual Agribusiness Expo 2019. It's one of the biggest events on stakeholders' calendars and touted as one not to be missed. And so we are here